I fixed it. Okay, okay. We're good. I fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it. Okay. I'm turning the music down. Uh, okay. It's still too loud for me. What if I just turn my whole volume down? I have my computer volume down on 2, and it's still too loud in my ear. Okay. There we go. Okay, sure, we'll go with that. That's fine. Totally fine. Anyway, professional streamer here. I have some books to read. You want to see the books? Alright. We got The Rainbow Fish. We got The Mixed Up Chameleon. We got Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type. We got some cat stories. And best of all, best for last, we got I Spy Extreme Challenger. Boom. Alright. Now, we're gonna start with, what do we want to start with? I got it. Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type. First book. Alright. Are we ready for this? Okay. Alright. Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type by Doreen Cronin. Pictures by Betsy Lewin. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long, he hears click clack moo, click clack moo, clickety clack moo. At first, he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click clack moo, click clack moo, clickety clack moo. Then, he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold. At night, we'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. It was bad enough that the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted the electric blankets? No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk. Not today. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows, busy at work. Click clack, moo. Click clack, moo. Clickety clack, moo. The next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown in the background. He heard them. Click clack, moo. Click clack, moo. Clickety clack, moo. Cows that type, hens on strike. Whoever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. The cows had an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door, and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. The next morning, he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click-clack, quack, click-clack, quack, clickety-clack, quack. The end. What a wonderful, lovely, lovely story. Once again, that was Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type by Dorian Cronin and pictures by Betsy Lewin. Alright, what's next? Let's go with, boom, the Mixed Up Chameleon. One sec. Let me type as loud as I can here. Type, 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 type. Type, 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 type. Type, type. Type, type, type. Tippity type. Typing. I got the big light on. The big light is on. It's okay. Alright. The Mixed Up Chameleon by Eric Carle. Here we go. Alright. hold on. There we go. Cool. Alright. Still, hold on. Okay. On a shiny green leaf sat a small green chameleon. It moved onto a brown tree and turned reddish brown. Then it rested on a red flower and turned reddish. Sorry, it moved on a brown tree and turned brownish. We're going to start over. We're starting over. On a shiny green leaf sat a small green chameleon. It moved onto a brown tree and turned brownish. It rested on a red flower and turned reddish. Then the chameleon slowly moved across the yellow sand. It turned yellowish. You could hardly see it. When the chameleon was warm and had something to eat, it turned sparkling green. But when it was cold and hungry, it turned gray and dull. Hello, hello, Woodsy. When the chameleon was hungry, it sat still and waited. Only its eyes moved up, down, sideways, until it spotted a fly. Then the chameleon's long and sticky tongue shot out and caught the fly. It was not very exciting, but one day, the chameleon saw a zoo. It had never seen so many beautiful animals. Hush now, it's story time. The chameleon thought, how small I am, how slow, how weak. I wish I could be big and white like a polar bear. And the chameleon's wish came true. But was it happy? No. I wish I could be handsome like a flamingo. I wish I could be smart like a fox. I wish I could swim like a fish. I wish I could run like a deer. I wish I could see things far away like a giraffe. I wish I could hide in a shell like a turtle. I wish I could be strong like an elephant. I wish I could be funny like a seal. I wish I could be like people. Just then, a fly flew by. But the chameleon was very mixed up. It was a little of this and a little of that, and it couldn't catch the fly. I wish I could be myself. The chameleon's wish came true, and it caught the fly. The end. Alright, once again, that was The Mixed Up Chameleon by Eric Carle. How we doing tonight? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? And somehow you're the smart one of us siblings? That's right, I'm the one reading. Obviously. What kind of question is that? Anyway, guess what we got? We got the Rainbow Fish hardcover. Look at this. You see that? Dude, this is a jam. I got the, I'm just playing from audio library in YouTube. That's nice. That's nasty. Alright. Yeah. Wet my whistle here. Alright. Are you guys ready for this? I don't think you're ready. I don't think you're ready for the rainbow fish. Alright. Here we go. Buckle up. The Rainbow Fish by Marcus, I think his last name is Pfister. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales glimmer. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please, give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset he told all of his friends what happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They turned away as he swam by. Okay. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day, he poured out his troubles to the starfish. I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." Rainbow Fish found the cave. It was very dark inside and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly, two eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. "I've been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." "I can't," the rainbow fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. "Give away my scales? My beautiful shining scales? Never! How could I ever be happy without them?" Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. "Rainbow Fish, please, don't be angry. I just want one little scale." The rainbow fish wavered. "Only one very small, shimmery scale. I, well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one." Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much!" The little fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shining scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his scale, glittering in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away, yet he was very happy. "Come on, rainbow fish," they called. "Come and play with us." "Here I come," said Rainbow Fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. The end. Alright, y'all. That was the Rainbow Fish. Iconic. Oh, my laptop's about to die. One sec. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. So we just have a psychotic break and decide to random stream. No. I decide to read books and dance because a sick song is playing. Sue me. Goodness gracious. Alright. Alright. You know what? I got right here with me classic cat stories. One sec. Let me do this. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, I need something more chill. One sec. I'm gonna pull up a different song. We're gonna pull up a different song. I feel like the closer I get to the camera, the like more it distorts my face, so I'm not gonna get so close. Alright. Let's go here. And then let's do the albums. Alright, let's pause this. Oh, I have my volume down. Okay. We've got the chill vibe. Cool. Alright. Let's figure out. Sis, I'm pretty sure this is like the profile of a budding serial killer. You're being dramatic. You're being dramatic. I'm reading books. I'm reading books. I'm reading books. I'm reading books. I'm about to read something in this book. Cat stories. Let's see what cat story. Okay, this one looks kind of long. How long is this one? Alright, here's a short one. Alright. It is called The Achievement of the Cat by Saki. In the political history of nations, it is no uncommon experience to find states and peoples which but a short time since were in bitter conflict and animosity with each other settled down comfortably on terms of mutual goodwill and even alliance. The natural history of the social developments of species afford a similar instance in the coming together of two once warring elements, now represented by civilized man and the domestic cat. The fiercely waged struggle in which went on between humans and felines in those far-off days when saber-toothed tiger and cave lion contended with primeval man. I couldn't read that word. I didn't know what that word was. Has long ago been decided in favor of the most fitly equipped combatant, the thing with a thumb, and the descendants of the dispossessed family are relegated today, for the most part, to the wastelands of the jungle and veldt. What is this story that I'm reading? I don't... What in the world? I'm done reading that. That's too many words. I need a shorter one. Is there a shorter one? Dude, this one is a paragraph. This one is a single paragraph long. It is My Cat by Michael de Montagne. Alright, we're doing no music. No music. Stop the music. No music for this. Are you ready? My cat. When my cat and I entertain each other with mutual antics, as playing with a garter, who knows but that I make more sport for her than she makes for me? Shall I conclude her to be simple, that has her time to begin, or to refuse to play as freely as I have mine? Nay, who knows but that it is a defect of not my understanding her language? For doubtless cats can talk and reason with one another, that we agree no better. And who knows but that she pities me for being no wiser than to play with her, and laughs and censures my folly in making sport for her when we two play together. The end. What it Yeah, that's a I don't remember where I got this book from. Is there another one that's that short? Let's scroll through here and find it. Let's see. That's a really long one. That's a wow. Wow, that's quite long. That one's called Midshipman the Cat. I need another one that's just like a paragraph. The Cat and the King? That's a whole like chapter book. Goodness gracious. What's this one? Ye Marvelous Legend of Tom Connor's Cat. A Talk with Mark Twain's Cat, the owner being invisible. Plato, The Story of a Cat. The Philanthropist and the Happy Cat. Who Was to Blame? By Anton Chekhov. Oh, this is a long one. The White Cat. Oh, that's also a long one. The Brazilian Cat, Arthur Conan Doyle. What about this one? The Cat of Cane Brake. Jeez. Oh my gosh, this has multiple chapters. The Empty Sleeve. The Watchers. The Home of a Holy Cat. How Diana Made the Stars in the Rain. The Achievement of the Cat. The Cat. Introduction. In here somewhere is I think the Master Cat or Puss in Boots. There's Puss in Boots in here. I don't know how long it is though. It might. Hold on. Let's see. 197. Page 197. 197. Here we go. Let's see how many pages it is. I think we could do it. Do we think we can handle it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So technically 4 whole pages, but like front, back. We're doing 8. I think we can do it. I think we can handle it. Puss in Boots by Charles Perrault. There was a miller who left no more estate to the 3 sons he had than his mill, his ass, and his cat. The partition was soon made. Neither scrivener nor attorney was sent for. They would soon have eaten up all the poor patrimony. The eldest had the mill, the second had the ass, and the youngest nothing but the cat. The poor young fellow was quite comfortless at having so poor a lot. My brothers, said he, may get their living handsomely enough by joining their stocks together, but for my part, when I have eaten up my cat and made me a muff of his skin, I must die of hunger. The cat, who heard all this, but made it as if he did not, said to him with a grave and serious air. "Do not thus afflict yourself, my good master. You have nothing else to do but give me a bag, and get a pair of boots made for me, that I may scamper through the dirt and the brambles, and you shall see that you have not so bad a portion in me as you imagine." The cat's master did not build very much upon what he said. He had often seen him play a great and many cunning tricks to catch rats, and mice, as when he used to hang by his heels, or hide himself in the meal, and make as if he were dead, so that he did not altogether despair of affording him some help in his miserable condition. When the cat had what he asked, for he booted himself very gallantly, and putting his bag about his neck, he held the strings of it in his 2 forepaws, and went into warren where there great abundance of rabbits. He put bran and sow thistle in his bag, and stretching out at length, as if he had been dead, he waited for some young rabbits, not yet acquainted with the deceits of the world, to come and rummage his bag for what he had put in it. Scarce was he lain down, but he had what he wanted. A rash and foolish young rabbit jumped into his bag, and Monsieur Puss, immediately drawing close the strings, took and killed him without pity. Proud of his prey, he went with it to the palace, and asked to speak with his majesty. He was shown upstairs in the king's apartment, and making it a low reverence, said to him, "I have brought you, sir, a rabbit of the warren, which my noble lord, the Marquis of Carabas," for that was the title which Puss was pleased to give his master, "had commanded me to present to your majesty from him." "Tell thy master," said the king, "that I thank him, and that he does me a great deal of pleasure." Another time he went and hid himself among some standing corn, holding still the bag open, and when a brace of partridges ran into it, he drew the strings, and so caught them both. He went and made a present of these to the king, and he had done before of the rabbit, and he took in the warren. The king, in like manner, received the partridges with great pleasure, and ordered him some money for drink. The cat continued for 2 or 3 months thus to carry his majesty from time to time game of his master's taking. One day in particular, when he knew for certain that he was to take the air along the riverside, with his daughter, the most beautiful princess in the world, he said to his master, "If you follow my advice, your fortune is made. You have nothing else to do but go and wash yourself in the river. In that part I shall show you, and leave the rest to me." The Marquis of Carabas did what the cat advised him to do, without knowing why or wherefore. While he was washing, the king passed by, and the cat began to cry out, "Help! Help! My lord Marquis of Carabas is going to be drowned!" At this noise the king put his head out of the coach window, and finding it was the cat who had so often brought him good game, he commanded his guards to run immediately to the assistance of his lordship the Marquis of Carabas, and while they were drawing the poor Marquis out of the river, the cat came up to the coach and told the king that, while his master was washing, there came by some rogues, who went off with his clothes, though he had cried out, "Thieves! Thieves!" several times as loud as he could. The cunning cat had hidden them under a great stone. The king immediately commanded the officers of his wardrobe to run and fetch one of his best suits for the Lord Marquis of Carabas. The king caressed him after a very extraordinary manner, as the fine clothes he had given him extremely set off his good mien, for he was well made and very handsome in his person. The king's daughter took a secret inclination to him, and the Marquis of Carabas had no sooner cast 2 or 3 respectful and somewhat tender glances, but she fell in love with him to no distraction. The king would needs have him come into the coach and take part of the airing. The cat, quite overjoyed to see his project begin to succeed, marched on before, and, meeting with some countrymen who were mowing the meadow, he said to them, "Good people, you who are mowing, if you do not tell the king that the meadow you mow belongs to my lord Marquis of Carabas, you shall be chopped as small as herbs for the pot." The king did not fail asking of the mowers to whom the meadow they were mowed belonged. "To my lord Marquis of Carabas," answered they all together, for the cat's threat had made them terribly afraid. "You see, sir," said the Marquis, "this is a meadow which never fails to yield a plentiful harvest every year." The master cat, who went still on before, met with some reapers, and said to them, "Good people, you who are reaping, if you do not tell the king that all this corn belongs to the Marquis of Carabas, you shall be chopped as small as herbs for the pot." The king, who passed by a moment after, would needs know whom all that corn, which he then saw, did belong. "To my lord Marquis of Carabas," replied the reapers, and the king was very well pleased with it, as well as the Marquis, whom he congratulated thereupon. The master cat, who went always before, and said the same words to all he met, and the king was astonished at the vast estates of my lord Marquis of Carabas. Monsieur Puss came at last to a stately castle, the master of which was an ogre. The richest had ever been known, for all the lands which the king had gone over belonged to this castle. The cat, who had taken care to inform himself who this ogre was and what he could do, asked to speak with him, saying he could not pass so near his castle without having the honor of paying his respects to him. The ogre received him as civilly as an ogre could do, and made him sit down. "I have been assured," said the cat, "that you have the gift of being able to change yourself into all sorts of creatures you have a mind to. You can, for example, transform yourself into a lion or elephant, and the like." "That is true," answered the ogre very briskly, "and to convince you, you shall see me now become a lion." Puss was so sadly terrified at the sight of a lion so near him that he immediately got into the gutter, not without abundance of trouble and danger because of his boots, which were of no use to him at all in walking upon the tiles. A little while after, when Puss saw that the ogre had resumed his natural form, he came down, and owned that he had been very much frightened. "I have been, moreover, informed," said the cat, "but I know not how to believe it, that you have also the power to take on you the shape of the smallest animals. For example, to change yourself into a rat or a mouse. But I must own to you that I take this to be impossible." "Impossible!" cried the ogre. "You shall see that presently." At the same time he changed himself into a mouse, and began to run about the floor. Puss no sooner perceived this, but he fell upon him and ate him. Meanwhile, the king, who saw as he passed this fine castle of the ogre's, had a mind to go into it. Puss, who heard the noise of his majesty's coach, running over the drawbridge, ran out and said to the king, "Your majesty is welcome to this castle of my lord Marquis of Carabas." "What! My lord Marquis!" cried the king. "And does this castle also belong to you? There can be nothing finer than this court, and all the stately buildings which surround it. Let us go into it, if you please." The Marquis gave his hand to the princess, and followed the king, who went first. They passed into the spacious hall, where they found a magnificent collation, which the ogre had prepared for his friends, who were that day to visit him, but dared not to enter, knowing the king was there. His majesty was perfectly charmed with the good qualities of my lord Marquis of Carabas, as was his daughter, who had fallen violently in love with him, and, seeing the vast estate he possessed, said to him, after having drunk 5 or 6 glasses, It will be owing to you. It will be owing to yourself only, my lord Marquis, if you are not my son-in-law. The Marquis, taking several low bows, accepted the honor which his majesty conferred upon him, and forthwith, the very same day, married the princess. Puss became a great lord, and never ran after mice any more but for his own diversion. The end. Puss in Boots! What a great story. Let's put some music back on. Let's see. I really hope this isn't just like super loud when I play it. Ooh! Oh, hold on. Anyway, that was a great song. Alright, guys. We're at the last book. You ready for this? It's I Spy. I spy, friends. I spy with my little eye. Alright, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't think you're ready for this. It's Extreme Challenger. Alright. Okay, you gotta help me find these things. Okay, so, first off, 2 clothespins. Do you see 2 clothespins? Tell me when you found them. Do you see the clothespins? Where are they? Can you find them? Can you find? Have you found them yet? Have you found them yet? Have you found the clothespins yet? Come on, it's I Spy. Find the clothespins. There's one. I found one. Do you see it? That's one. Wait, that's the same one. I found it. I found it. I found the second clothespin, guys. It's right there. Alright, next. A busted clock tower? I mean, that is a clock tower. Oh, that's the busted clock tower. That's the easy one. Easy. 5 jacks. Alright, we're looking for 5 jacks, guys. 1. 2. That one was hidden. That one was on the block. 3. 4. 5. Boom. All 5 jacks. Found. A Pegasus. I know where that is. I saw it earlier. It's right there. It was hiding. They thought they were going to get me with that one, but they didn't. A flower. You guys see the flower? Oh, it's right there. 2 gears. That really grinds my gears. There's 1. And there's 2. 2 dice. No dice. 2 dice. Oh, that's not a dice. You guys see the dice anywhere? Where are the dice? Ah! Do you see this? That's 1. That's 1 die. Is the other one gonna be that small? Yeah, the other one is also that small. That's a dice. That's a die. That's 2 dice. 2 dice down. 2 buns. Buns? Hello? Buns? What do you mean by buns? 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 I mean, I see bread in a toaster. Oh, hot dog buns. Hot dog buns. On the fork and spoon. Found it. Alright. A car. There's the car. A stern octagon. Huh? How do you know it's stern? Oh my gosh, this is so loud in my ear. I have the volume of my computer turned down to 2. And this is still so loud in my ear. It's probably not loud for you, because I have your desktop audio turned down, but for me, blasting. Alright, what is a stern octagon? I bet it's a stop sign. I was right. And the shadow of a star. Oh, by the way, I was supposed to find a pie earlier. I skipped that. It's up here. Anyway, the shadow of a star. I mean, this looks like a star, but I don't know if they meant like an actual like 5-point star, because like that looks like a pretty defined star right there. I'm not seeing any other shadow of a star. I mean, that is a shadow of a star right there. That's probably what they're looking for. Anyway, we found them all on this page. Next page. I don't like this page. I think I'm going to skip this page. I think I might skip this page too. Alright, this one's fine. This one's fine. We'll do this one. Alright. I spy 2 pyramids. 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 Do you guys see the pyramids? There's a camel. I'm not seeing pyramids. I mean, I see like this, but that's just a triangle. That's not an actual pyramid. This is still so loud in my ear. Sorry. There. Where are these pyramids? These mysterious... Yo, I don't know what they're talking about. I am not seeing any pyramids. I mean, those are not pyramids. Those are just like weirdly drawn trees, or... And then that's just a triangle. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. Hold on, is there answers in the back of this book? There's no answers in the back of the book. There's no answers. What the heck? Alright, anyway. I'm skipping that. A baseball. 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 I see a football, a marble. How is this music still loud in my ear? I have the volume turned down like one above mute. Literally one above mute. Like I cannot make it any quieter in my ear and it's still too loud. I don't know what to do. Whatever. Where's this baseball? That's not a baseball. Am I missing something? I genuinely... What baseball? What pyramids? Huh? Sorry, my whole head's in the way. Yo, I genuinely have no clue what it's talking about. I don't see pyramids. I don't see a baseball. Like that, I don't think that's a baseball. That's definitely a football. An abacus, I think that's called. But oh, I found it. Oh my gosh, there is it. It's up there in the corner, like in the dark. Alright, well, we found one of them. A snail. A snail. A snail. Where's the snail? Camel. Butter. Pumpkin. Parasol. Kitty cat. Tigers. Dog. Helmet. Ah! Tiny snail. Okay. I gotta find 322s in here. 322s. Okay. There's a 22. Literally so tiny. Literally so tiny. Okay. There's another 22. The page number. And then 22 right there in that journal as well. Alright. A musical scale. Found that one. I saw that one from the top. Alright. 4 buttons. 4 buttons. We can do this. 1 button. 2 buttons. 3 buttons. 4. Boom. An arrow. An arrow? Does it mean like a... What kind of arrow are they talking about? Like a shooting arrow? Or like a... This is pointing this direction arrow? I'm assuming like the former. Like bow and arrow. Oh, arrow. And then a top. Is that a top? Or is that a top? Oh, that's the top. That's the top right there. The wooden one. A whip? A whip? What? Is that a whip? Or is that just a rope? That could be a whip. We're gonna go with that. Because I'm not fully sure about that. A compass? Compass? And vest. Vest? Vest? Huh? 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 What do you mean by best? What does that mean? Best. And best. 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 I don't know what that means. I'm confused with what I'm looking for. If anyone knows, help me out. Anyway, I found the actual whip. It was right here. I don't know what it means by best. Like, am I looking for the word best? I found a pound of butter. This is in very italicized script, so I can't really read that. Best. I'm getting a headache from this. Four buttons, an arrow, and Harry's test, a top, a whip, a compass, and best. Best. B-E-S-T. Yeah, buddy, I have no clue. I'm getting a headache. Alright, I'm giving up. I'm giving up on this thing. Extreme Challenger was correct. Jeez. I feel like my eyes are crossing over. Goodness gracious. We're going to daily games. I can't do this. Give me a sec. Alright. Here we go. Daily games. Alright. Wordle. Alright, we're gonna go with Earth. Alright, that was awful. Let's go round. Better. Rugby. Oh, dude, in 3? Look at that. That's great. What a great guess. How wonderful of me. Alright, strands. 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 Alright, can I get rid of this? This is taking up too much space on my screen. Alright, anyway, natural remedies. Natural remedies. Honey. Lemon. Elderberry. I spelled it wrong. Elderberry. There we go. Immune. Hold on. Immune boosters. Immune boosters. Garlic. And uh, 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 wait. Turmeric. Goodness gracious. How do I get to turmeric? There's an R in there. Turmeric. That did not look like a word to me. We figured it out. Okay. Connections. Hero, butterfly, felt, fancy, glitter, fantasy, star, media, daydream, worker, principal, pom-pom, security, lead, pipe cleaner, illusion. All right. Hero, lead, principal, star. Boom! The protagonist. All right. Next. Pom-pom, pipe cleaner, felt, and glitter. Boom! Components and arts and craft project. That's right. Daydream, illusion, fantasy. Butterfly, media, fancy. Security, worker. We need something that's like word and then blank or blank work. Butterfly, effect. Worker, bee. Fantasyland, Fancyland, fancy schmancy. Security pass, media pass. Illusion disc. Security, security, needs to go, security, high security, daydream, uh, butterfly, I don't know, I'm gonna try these first. One away. Yeah, I figured. Fancy? Bit of wishful thinking. Fancy? Yeah, that's stupid. Whatever. Butterfly, media, worker, security. Social blank. Ah, social media, social butterfly. I get it. Moving on. All right. We'll go with cable. And then trying to use different vowels. Binds. That gives the S in there. And then we'll have to know. What's another Glint. No, we already used G. We already have L and we already have I. Maybe wrong. WR. Okay, there we go. Cool. Lots of letters. So E. Let's try E here. Maybe not. Maybe E here. And then this can be maybe O. Cob. Huh? Cob. Cob. Cober. Cobet. Cob. We'll come back to you. CEB. Seb. Seb. Keb. Where to come back to that? G. Let's start with G. Let's do glint. Oh, there's no L. Great. Grr. Nope. Gw. Go. I was gonna say going, but there's no G at the end. Game. Z. Sure. I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna go. I know this is wrong, but I'm gonna go Cobra to see if the R. Sorry, not the R. If the R and the O goes in here at all. Oh, sorry. I just hit the mic. I did not mean to do that. I know A doesn't go in there, but and then this. Let's go. What bun ban bance. That's not it. Banks. All right. A and I are in the right word. G we got right. R is in that word. O is not. So O is in the middle word. So maybe like bongs, or bonos, but not bonds. I mean, maybe it's a repeat letter. Maybe G is a repeat. Bonus. It's a U. It's U. It's bonus. Okay. Middle word, maybe GI, giant. And then top one, we need what letters? We need R. R is not this one. It can't be this one, so it has to be last. It's not A, it is E in one of these or both. Cyber, S-Y-C-Y, cyber. Cyber bonus giant. There we go. Got it in 3. Good on me. Is my music playing? Alright. Anyway. Framed. Refresh. Okay. Okay. This could be several things. This could be several things. This could be like Hunger Games series. This could be The Giver. This could be, what's another dystopian movie? Chris! Chris! Come back! I need you! Please! I need you. Movie man. Movie man. Please. Where art thou? I know you're playing Misery. You have a twisted ankle, I know. Please. We're all waiting on you. 1 sec, he says. I'm sleepy. Aquaman or Journey to the Center of the Earth? What? Really? Alright. Are you sure? The second journey, not the first. Alright, we'll try that. Okay, what is that one called actually? Because I know it's... I watched the second Journey to the Center of the Earth the other day. I'm trying to remember if I saw this or not. I don't know. Because I feel like it's not that. I don't think it's Journey. I mean, I can try Aquaman. I didn't think it was Aquaman. I thought it was a different, like, more of a dystopian movie. But we'll try Aquaman. Okay. It is a Star Trek movie. It's one of the Star Trek movies. Alright. It's one of the Star Trek movies. Now just figuring out which Star Trek movie. Alright. Do we have guess on which Star Trek? We've got Nemesis, Star Trek Into Darkness, Star Trek First Contact, Star Trek The Motion Picture, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Now I've seen The Wrath of Khan a bit. I just can't remember at the moment. Do you have a guess? My music stopped again. I don't know why my music keeps stopping now. Let's see why it keeps stopping. 1 sec, let me... Weird. I don't know. Anyway. If it's Romulan, it's either one of the newer ones or the William Shatner ones. Well, that narrows it down. We'll just try the Wrath of Khan first. Alright, not that one. Okay. Let's try Star Trek. The First Contact. Nope. Okay. Jeez, okay. Maybe the motion picture. Okay, let's try. We got 2 more guesses. Star Trek. Into Darkness. And Star Trek Nemesis, I think, is the last option here. Anyway, we got on the last one. It took going through every single option. But we found it. Anyway, you weren't saying that the entire time. I'll go back so you can see all of the... There you go. Sorry about that. You just saw my face struggling as I picked every wrong answer until the last guess. Yeah, do your job, Mod. Kill the clankers. Thank you. Appreciate it. Anyway. Alright. Stop the music. Stop the music. Stop it. Cut it out. I know, you're back to me. 1 sec. There we go. Alright. Vandal. Here we go. Listen up. Listen up. Here we go. 2019. 640 million views. Part 2. I've got no guess. I actually don't know. Okay. I don't know. Like, I'm sure it's a, it's like a popular song that I just am forgetting exists. Wow, Piano 2 did nothing to help. It literally did absolutely nothing. Yeah, I know. Alright. Voice cover 1 and 2. Here we go. I know what the song is. I don't know what it's called. Do you know what the song is called? I didn't really listen to this song that much. Who even sings it? Like Maroon 5 or something? Or like Ed Sheeran? I genuinely don't know. Is it an Ed Sheeran song? No, maybe? No, I actually don't know. We're gonna get a clue because I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. I don't care. Oh, it is an Ed Sheeran song. I would play it, but I would get copy struck. But I don't care is the song, and it was Ed Sheeran, so I was right in saying that. Anyway, circuits. Time for circuits. Hello? Where's my circuits? Here we go. Farm blank. Blank, Prince of. Huh? Huh? Bel Air. Air quotes. Air bag. Bag of tricks. UV light. Light beer. Light speed. Speed dating. Farm fresh. Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I see, I see, I see, I see. Anyway, that was great. Quick, quick, quick. No hints, no mistakes. Good job, me. Here we go. Next, next. 1, 2 plus 3, 5 equals 4, 7. 7. Great. We got the 1. Let's do that. We'll do 5. We'll do 15 plus 2 minus 9. What is that? 15, 16, 17, 17, 60, 50, 40, 30, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Alright. Alright, we got the minus correct. And the equals. And we got 1. And plus is correct, but it's probably going to be here. 1 plus this number plus this number. So we'll go minus 8. 1, no, not 1 plus 52. Maybe 1 plus 12, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. There's your 5. There's your answer. Boom, got it in 3. Easy peasy, smashing through these things. Here we go. Lordle, therefore, son of man, pack up your belongings. Wait, I already did this one. We did this one last week. Okay. Is not the whole land before you? Separate yourself now from me. If you go to the left, then I'll go to the right. But if you go to the right, then I'll go to the left. New Testament. Oh, I was wrong. It's Old Testament. Torah. Numbers. Exodus. It's Genesis. Got it. Adam. Nope. Abram to Joseph. Isaac and Jacob. Nope. Generations of Terah. Abram's early calling. Abraham, Lot, God's covenant. Abraham's relationship with God matures. This one. Got it. Separate. The setup, the problem, the solution, the resolution. Abram suggested that he and Lot part ways. Here we go. Oh, we have 2 options. It's a 50-50 shot. Here we go. Is not the whole land before you? Okay. Abram said to Lot, let there be no quarreling between me and you, and between my herdsmen and your herdsmen, for we are close relatives. Is not the land before you? Separate yourself now from me. If you go left, then I'll go to the right. But if you go to the right, then I'll go to the left. I'll go to the left. Abram said to Lot. Okay, I think it's this one. Okay, I at least got that. Anyway, we still only got 2 stars on that one. That was not a Not my best work. Not my best work. Smash Doll. Here we go. Dark Pit. Male. Angel. Mario. Male human. Great. There's a lot of options there. Let's go back to M's. Lil Mac. Okay. Okay, let's try Lucas. Okay, let's try Ike. Nope, he's from Fire Emblem. Let's try Terry. Richter. Roy. Fire Emblem also. Yeah, I don't know where all these are from, not gonna lie. We're just gonna keep going through these. Scheumann. Scheumann says Sora. Dang. I can't remember if Steve is... No, Steve is electable. It's not Luigi. It might... Oh. Did not mean to click on that one, but... wasn't helpful anyway. Okay, we still haven't found what universe it's from. Z. X. C. Captain Falcon. Cloud. Corin. Crom. A Byleth. Ness. Geez. Who am I missing? Kazuya. Nope. Kin. Oh, jeez. I don't... Joker's not human, right? I don't think he is. We'll come back to it. Hero. Hybrid. Is Joker human? Joker might be human. Snake. Shulk. There we go, we found it. It was Shulk. Took me 25 tries. It's alright. Win some, lose some. Is what it is, you know? That was my elbow. I hope you heard that. Anyway, I'm leaving. I'm going to bed. It's night time. I gotta brush my teeth. I gotta do the things. I'm sleepy. I'm so sleepy. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Alright. Yeah, I streamed long enough. Hour and a half. Good enough for me. I'll stream when I stream. You know, I forgot to stream this Tuesday. So I did 2 small streams. Maybe I'll stream next Tuesday, or maybe I'll remember. Maybe I won't. I don't know.